words have changed the world.
Hello, and welcome back to the world of assassination and the trending contracts. And today's contract, Radom NPC'S, I think that means random, set in Whittleton Creek, and the contract ID is up on the screen now for anyone who wishes to have a crack at it, and has been supplied to us today courtesy of GX Dark Knight. So on to our briefing, short and sweet. Have fun. So moving on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them. All must be eliminated with a pistol, and all must be eliminated whilst disguised as the exterminator. So for today's challenge, we will be starting at the default location, and we're going to be bringing with us our ever trusty lockpick, a crowbar, and our silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, we're going to head straight off to our first destination, and that will be the exterminator's van. We need his outfit, so we're just going to run straight down the street here until we see the big yellow van looming in the distance. If we make our way around to the rear of the van, we find the exterminator. We're just going to quickly pounce on him, render him unconscious, and hide his body in the bushes. We're going to grab the keys that he drops as well. We only need one of them. So once we have his outfit on, we can then make our way into our first target's garden, and that will be Mr. James Batty. And if we're quick enough, we might catch him just coming out of the shed. We're a little too late, never mind. Hello, sir. Goodbye, sir. Right, so target 1 has been eliminated. We are going to move his body out of sight, as there is a garbage man who frequents this area. He won't see the body there though. So moving on, target number 2 is the repairman over at the house for sale. So we're just going to run straight out of Batty's garden, across the street, and up onto the front porch. And in the plant pot on the right, we will find the keys, so we can let ourselves in. And we're just going to make our way straight inside, pull out our silenced pistol. We make our way into the kitchen and wait for our target to stand up and turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Right, never mind. Down he goes. So that's 2 targets down. His body will be found eventually. We are going to grab his wrench. Now he won't be found for a very long time, so we have plenty of time to get the rest of our targets. And speaking of the rest of our targets, our next target is Dr. Lafayette, or Nurse Lafayette. So we're just going to run over to the park shed here, ring the bicycle bell, making sure that the sheriff, the guard, isn't too close to the shed when you do, otherwise you'll attract his attention first. So once Lafayette comes over to investigate, we can render him unconscious, dump him into the shed, and then climbing afterwards, pull out our silenced pistol and shoot him once in the head. There we go. Now you can leave his body there, he won't be found, but there is a box right here, so we may as well hide him away. So that leaves us with 2 more targets. The next target in line, as you can see, is the gentleman over in the corner house there. Now unfortunately there aren't very many opportunities to get to him, so we're going to leave him till last. So we're going to move on to our penultimate target, and that would be Miss Helen West. So there is a quick way and a slow way to get Helen West. with a bullet. We're going to take the slow way. we don't need to manipulate her or lure her in any way. All we need to do is trigger her routine or her conversation with her lackey in the kitchen. So we're going to make our way down into the basement, lockpick our way inside, and then make our way through the basement and up to the stairs leading into the house. This door will also be locked, so we need to lockpick that one as well. Now just be aware that Helen does get a number of house calls, namely the postman and the male candidate, or the governor's candidate, or whoever he is, the politician. So we're just going to lockpick our way up and into the house and make sure that the conversation between Mrs. West and her lackey triggers. Also be aware that one of the gardener / guards does come in to use the bathroom. So we are just going to wait for him to leave, or at least make his way into the bathroom, then we'll have a bit more time. Once again, I'm just going to creep out into the hallway here, make sure that the conversation has played out, everything seems to be going according to plan. So we can now make our way down into the basement, and we're going to hide ourselves behind the hospital gurney here, and we're just going to await the arrival of Mrs. West. And eventually, if she doesn't get interrupted, she will come down to the basement. She's just at the bottom of the stairs, and the politician has just arrived at the front door. So I'm going to take the opportunity and just shoot her in the back before she gets back into the house. So we're going to leave her body there, she won't be found, and we can now retrace our steps back out through the basement, and we can now deal with what is probably the most trickiest of our 5 targets. So out onto the street here. Now what we're going to need to do is time this rather well. Now you may notice I've been looking around using instinct a little bit when we get down to the end of the road here, and I'm looking for a drain hole cover, which is why we've brought the crowbar. You can pick one up on the map if you so wish. I decided to just bring one with me. So there is the postman. Now this is the tricky part of this. We have to time our shot. So I'm looking around using instinct. I think the nearest manhole cover is over by the construction area or park. So we need to wait firstly for the postman or the mailman, who you can see over in the distance on the right there, to leave. You can see at the end of the corridor there was a jogger coming up the road. We also need to wait for this man and his guard, the politician, to all leave the area. So once the politician and the mailman have gone, we only have to deal roughly with the jogger, who will come round every so often. So what we're going to do is make our way over to our target's vehicle, and we're just going to hang here for a few moments. He will make his way to the other end of the porch and possibly take a drink from that lemonade jug. Before he does that though, unfortunately, he does make his way outside to the garage. So we're just going to make our way back onto the pavement or the sidewalk until he decides to head back in onto his porch. This time round he has gone for the lemonade, and when he leans forward, we're just going to shoot him in the head and quickly make a break for the nearest exit. We're looking for the nearest manhole cover, and it looks like there's one right here. So this one will do. We're just going to quickly open this up before anyone is coming past. I can see the jogger up the end of the road heading this way, so we need to get out of here pretty sharpish. So there we go, one more trending contract taken care of. We just get confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan, so we get our silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.